Welcome to the Two Shit Blokes podcast. We're pumped to be back for another episode. This week we'll dive into the outrage from the comment section, which seems to have upset a few people as always.
Yes.
We'll cover all things NRL and we'll get into the NFL with the Super Bowl happening on Monday. Big thanks to the Bella Vista Hotel for having us back once again. Don't forget to follow the show on Spotify and on the gram. If you're listening and haven't followed yet, hit the follow button. And all right, we're back. We're excited. Let the rubbish begin.
Let's go, Jace. How's the sponsor going?
Our sponsor,
Did it come back?
Our sponsor is still there.
It came back.
They came back. The Bloom Bar.
Aren't they hard up?
The Bloom Bar by Emily. And there's been a few orders. And if you do check out the Bloom Bar by Emily on Insta, you will see some of the amazing photos. There was a lovely lady put it on Hills District Mums, the bouquet that she bought, and that was put together. And it was pretty sensational flowers, I've got to say. So Valentine's Day's around the corner,
So do you
folks.
follow this person, do you?
Yeah, it's on the gram. You've got to follow your sponsors.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that's well done, Jace. I don't have the gram, so I'm not following them. But
That's good, mate.
Valentine's Day's coming up, Jason.
It is, and as we've said, for us men, we make a lot of mistakes.
Regularly, yes.
And I think it's
on this show.
On this show. And I think it's very important
As we might find out.
we apologise and no better way than flowers. So, yeah.
I don't want our listeners to be that guy, right? The guy that goes, "Oh, honey, I've got to pop down the road," and buys his flowers off the side of the road.
Oh, even
don't
from
be
a
that
servo
guy.
from Woolies, mate, I'm telling you.
Don't be that guy.
If you want a really, really good bunch of flowers from the markets, all the flowers come from the markets apparently, they last a long time, they smell amazing, and they will save you a lot of money.
Well, think about this, right? If you just pop down the road, you put no effort in, but if you get them delivered, your flowers,
it is free delivery.
Looks like you put in effort, and that's the way to go, gentlemen. So I can't, from a man who's constantly on the outer.
Yes, rightfully so.
Yes, no one's arguing that. But do yourself a favour, get out there and
get some flowers.
The
Bloom Bar by Emily.
Yeah.
Just also two very quick things. We did say we're going to have an interview with Ray Chamberlain. Unfortunately, when you have
Dave happened.
two people that have no idea with technology, putting together a recorded Zoom meeting was far beyond us. We're working on it, though. It will happen in the near future. We just need to get our technology right. And secondly, I think it's the most exciting thing we've had. We've got a celebrity that now follows us.
We do.
On the gram.
Who's that, Jace?
Ray Stone.
Oh, my favourite player.
Our favourite player follows us on the gram.
Ray.
We named an award after him, not even knowing he was following us then. And looked the other day, and he's following Two Shit Blokes on the gram.
Well, he's definitely not a shit bloke.
He's not. And I'll tell you what, 2026 Premiership winner.
Yep. Or for $21 on the Dolphins.
Mate, get on the Dolphins. Ray, our favourite player, and he now follows us on the gram.
I wonder if we could get the Quinella.
Who's a Quinella?
And get the attacking player of the week.
Oh, Jaden Gamble.
Imagine we got that. We don't want Gus Gould. You can eat a dick.
Yeah, I don't want him anywhere near me.
Yeah, true.
I'll punch him in the throat.
Oh, let's not get violent.
I'll try and punch him in the throat. That is, so that has been the big week. All right, I think that we'll start moving on into our segments.
Let's go.
Segment 1.
Yep.
Or actually, can we address something that we spoke about that I'm not allowed to address, but I want to talk about it. People tried to censor us during the week.
They did. Can we do that? They're in the comments.
They're in the comments?
So
we can't be censored, Dave. We will not be censored.
We will be.
We will be censored. All right, so comments. For the first one from Adrian Casson. Lomax should be given the option to go back to Para, but he forced to fit into the salary cap if any available. Otherwise, compensate Para for the rest of his contract.
Look, I don't disagree with Adrian, and
well,
I don't agree with him either. I don't think Para wants him back.
I don't think Para can get him back because of the salary cap issue now with Jonah Pezzett going there.
Yep.
I saw it on Instagram. Braithen Astor retweeted because I believe he is Jonah Pezzett's agent. And some guy said that Parramatta got rid of Lomax to get Pezzett. Completely false.
Yep.
Because they wanted to free up the salary cap space. So they got rid of Lomax to free up that cap and then bought Pezzett. That's not true. Lomax asked for the release. Para then had the cap space because they didn't have to pay Lomax, and then they got Pezzett.
I got a rant.
I won't.
I've got a rant.
I won't touch on it.
So I do and don't agree with you, Adrian. And by the way, Adrian, congratulations, mate, on another grandson that he had. Number 6 grandsons he's got now.
He does not look that old.
He doesn't.
How old is he?
He's a smidge over. I think he's 55. Smidge over that, maybe a little older.
Wow. Yeah, he looks good for his age.
He
Hey,
does.
congrats,
Well,
mate.
he's a sprightly old fella.
He's a sprightly old fella.
Tell you, he had 3 girls. And now he's got six grandsons.
3 girls. That poor man. He should look a lot older.
He used to drink a lot.
He would. Yeah. So I agree in the sense that he should have the option to go back to para, but now they're in a situation where they can't fit him under the cap. So I don't know where all this ends up.
It's going to end tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Cassin's our UK listener. He's in the UK at the moment. So
we're on all points of the globe.
we are, mate. Yeah, German.
All right. The next one is from our the next Prime Minister, Pauline Hanson.
Our next Prime. Couldn't do any worse than Albo.
Oh, mate, seriously. Oh, mate, Albo is the worst Prime Minister I've ever experienced in my
Let's
life.
not do politics, please.
Sorry. All right, Pauline Hanson. Jason, mate, I've seen more structure in a packet of twisties. That head of yours is practically its own electorate and still underrepresented upstairs.
Wow.
And
okay.
Dave, your confidence in being so wrong is almost impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you know what? When you may as well go down swinging.
That's exactly right.
If that were policy, you'd ruin the country by lunch. I don't trust foreigners, wind farms, or podcasts after 10 p.m. And frankly, I'd keep the burqa before listening to this podcast.
Well done, Pauline. We're glad you're listening.
I'd still vote for you.
Yep.
All right. Dan Ox.
That's 2 political people in 2 weeks.
It's not too bad.
It's not, we're cracking the market.
No, the big man Dan. We're going to speak with him shortly about all things.
That's why we have to
Super Bowl.
do this first, so we'll see how angry I am with him.
Well, that's because it's called segment 1, so we had to do it first. Dan Ox, first I'd love to address something. Dave's laptop says, if we had sponsors, we would put effort in. Well, now that you have that sponsor, when will the effort be put in? Dave, this one is aimed at you. What was with the T-shirt, New York Giants one side and the Eagles the other? Bloody fence city you are. After Giants consistently let you down, I honestly don't blame you switching to the Eagles. What do Giants, Tigers and this potty have in common? Pretty sure you don't need the answer.
We're losers.
So
the shirt was our best holiday ever shirt.
It was made up by Carly.
Yes, and it was an Eagles for you and a Giants for me.
And on the back,
it had our trip.
Every game we went to on the back. And it started at the airport where even the pilot of the plane, he said,
he didn't put us in the first class, though.
No, he didn't. No, but they did. They gave us our own seats.
You did embarrass me.
They did embarrass you. All right, the next one is Zach Pinch. First time listening to this podcast because was suggested to hear it while I'm working. Honestly, it's crap.
Yep.
2 blokes in their 60s trying to relate to the youth. Dave looks like he could be Wayne Bennett's father. Normally, Dave at work is quite well presented, but he looks terrible in the video. He could have at least put a nice shirt on and ran a comb through his hair. Lucky for you, there is no HR at our company. Otherwise, this could be considered a form of abuse having to listen to this podcast.
So someone's impersonating a new employee.
Oh, that is unreal.
Anyway. Well done, Zach. I love the fact you listened to one episode. Thank you, mate.
We got Sea Bear. Only good thing that came out of this podcast is the sponsor, the Bloom Bar by Emily. Terrible to see that you and Jason are back. I'll be switching to Apple Music to avoid this podcast.
She's been brutal 2 weeks in a row.
Nasty, mate.
Yeah, it's harsh.
All right, the next one is from my daughter, Brooke. Welcome back. Good job, guys. I need to clear something up for your listeners regarding our night out. Us lady, well, actually, this must be from by Emily.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, Brooke wasn't there.
That was my first point. So, rookie.
Us ladies often catch up for a wine. We had been away and missed our catch-ups. Plus, it was leading into Christmas. So, incorporating all this, we were being festive. Yep. To add to this, we were performing our due service of being supportive wingwoman. And it was a Monday, not a Tuesday. That's even worse. Regarding the boo flash, well, that remains unclear. My bad. Where do you go with that? Like, I told you, she was originally. It was like, oh, Dave's got to fix it. Dave's got to fix it. And I said, Dave can't. And then it became full. Well, that's his problem. Like, it's no. We go out. This is what we do. Yep. Live with it. And if you can,
we have to live with it. If anyone's living with it, it's us, mate.
Oh, I love it. All right, next one. Questioning life choices. I actually question why I'm still friends with you two. First off, you both kidnapped me several years ago on New Year's Eve and fed me alcohol all night.
This is the prom queen.
This is the prom queen. Doesn't matter. It was probably the best New Year's I've ever had. Irrelevant. Then you set me up for disaster at the Bella Vista. Anyway, read my reply. This word count is too low for a podcast like this. One, we did kidnap her on New Year's Eve and we did have a great time.
Yes.
And two, I think she's the victim in all of this.
She is, poor thing.
She just trusted the wrong people. And I went,
You mean her friends?
But in what world does it sound like a good idea? I know.
Let's drink 7 bottles of
We'll
wine.
come with you and just see what happens. Like, it doesn't sound right.
Sounds pretty good to me. I had a story to tell on the podcast.
Oh, too funny. Love it. All right. Shall I tell the story about my daughter when she went camping?
You do you, boo.
Do you think it's worthy?
I don't remember it, but anyway, go
All
for
right.
it.
So my daughter,
We can cut it out.
my daughter is dating a
Beaker.
Beaker.
Yep.
Lovely fella. Congrats to Beaker too. He's out working. Started his first day yesterday, so he's out in the working world. Really nice kid. Very much religious along that line. Nothing wrong with that. That's great. And has the morals that go along with that. So
Which is good for you.
it's good for me. So my daughter goes camping with him, and they are obviously camping. There's only I think 4 couples or 6 couples, something like that. They're all camping at the campsite, and Beaker goes out and has a bender, and my daughter's there. She's drinking a few, and writes himself off. And then as he's going to bed, he's being put to bed by my daughter. He turns to her and says, please don't take advantage of me. It would make Jesus sad. My daughter told me this in the car. And I think I laughed for about 10 minutes straight. And when I composed myself, I said, I've got to ring your mother and tell her.
It's usually the father of the daughter that doesn't want their daughter defiled by a young man, and then it's the other way around.
Please don't take advantage of me. And I said to my daughter, I said, what happened? She goes, I put him to bed and I went to sleep. She goes,
By the way, our wives say that every night. Please leave me alone.
Please don't take
touch
advantage of me. That's why we say, here, drink this. Yeah, so that was the story that made me absolutely piss myself at camping. Okay. All right, let's move on.
Righto.
All right, we're into NRL news, and it's all getting it's all exciting, isn't it? It's exciting. We're in the first week of Feb. We've got probably 4 weeks left, or less. Less. So we're on the countdown till NRL kicks off for the 2026 season. So let's have a quick update on the Lomax situation, as mentioned last week. He's in court today and tomorrow to fight, or Para's in court to fight. So we saw a few articles in the paper by the Melbourne Storm coming out and saying that, you know, they've made fair offers and Para's not been reasonable. They're leaking to the media.
I think it's more than that, Jace. I think that Lomax signed a conditional contract with R360 before he was granted a release from Parramatta.
Yes.
That sounds like dirty pool to me.
Yep.
A part of that release was that if he did sign with R360, that he was to give Parramatta 200,000. Right. So he didn't go through. What's also interesting about that is R360 said they had not approached any NRL players or signed any contracts with them, and then it comes out today that that's a complete lie. The R360 is so full of shit. It's not funny.
They are. That's amateur hour. I can't see them starting even in 2 years.
No, I can't either. Lomax and the Storm had effectively reached a preliminary agreement for Parramatta before Parramatta was approached. Yep. A draft Storm agreement was uploaded on the NRL portal before they went to Parramatta for consent.
Who's his agent?
Schukowski.
Clinton Schukowski.
Mm-hmm. So that's pretty damning, right? That he's basically just trying to steamroll over the top of Parramatta and say, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And he's got pretty good form with it, with the way he carried on at the Dragons. So
It's not putting him in a good light, mate. Nor should it. I don't like Melbourne coming out and complaining that we're making fair offers. It's like basically, mate, you hold no cards.
Yeah, I agree. The Perrott, you got rid of him, so now you got to sign our player Perrott. Well, Perrott was walking. You didn't offer him a deal, so that's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, as I said, Braithen Astor mentioned it. So Jonah Pezzett is signed with Para for a year before he goes to the Broncos for 3 or 4
Agreed.
on big money. So he's now at Para, but they didn't sign him, and they used obviously the money from the Zach Lomax contract that Zach walked away from to sign him. But they never asked Zach to leave so they could sign him.
Yeah.
They were happy with Zach Lomax. They wanted him to stay. He was the one that approached them. I want to leave. This is the money I can earn. Obviously, they agreed because they were going to be financially compensated and it freed up their salary cap space. But then, obviously, what happened with that? And
so apparently Zach also tried to go back to Parramatta and say, I want back in.
And they said, we don't have the cap space.
And they said, we don't have the cap because they'd already moved on.
They've moved on. Well, what do you want them to do? Say, and then, so, all right, we'll send Jonah Pezzett back to Melbourne.
Well, I also think that the Jonah Pezzett situation is quite interesting because, he's an unproven halfback that Parramatta's paid a fair bit of money to get for a year. I don't really understand that situation, but I guess they're trying to win now. So I sort of get that.
I understand the situation because he was not going to be a regular first grader in Melbourne.
No, I get that.
So for him,
but for Parramatta to do 1 year, put some
because Brisbane probably are looking at it. Well, Adam Reynolds won't be.
No, I get that. That helps Brisbane.
Yeah, it helps Brisbane and helps Para for a year.
The win now scenario for Parramatta.
Why wouldn't you want to win now?
The issue that I have is that I saw a half a football from Jonah against the Dogs that was pretty ordinary, and I saw a half a football from Jonah that was pretty good, right?
Yeah, but
he's a young player. He's going to be fairly inconsistent this year.
Yeah, he will be, but
right.
Isn't it worth a gamble?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I'd gamble on that.
But I think that both Parramatta's gambled on a short-term gamble, but I also think that the Broncos might be shitting their pants in 12 months' time if he doesn't perform at Parramatta.
He's locked in, mate. He's going there. Mate, Brodie Croft did the same thing.
Yeah.
He didn't go.
So it's a risk on both of them because he's really untried.
Brodie Croft went to, I think, Brisbane and was not great out of the Melbourne system, and now went to England.
But with halves, you got to take the risk, right?
Have to.
With young halves, you've got to take the risk on them because if you don't, someone else will grab him, and then you go, well, why didn't we grab him? So 100%. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
No, that's exactly right.
All right, Jace, move on. And then what's the next bit?
Best spine in the NRL for 2026.
Okay, so I've got 3. I've gone through these teams.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
Yeah, I've got 3.
All right, Brisbane Roosters and the Storm.
No.
Okay.
Brisbane Roosters and the Dolphins.
Okay. Why didn't you like? You didn't like the Storm because of the fullback.
I don't like the Storm because of the fullback. I don't like the Storm because of their winger.
We're not only talking about 9, 7, 6, and 1.
Oh, sorry. When you said no, I thought it was best backs.
Spine.
Didn't do that.
But I get you what you're saying that without Paps there, right? At the Storm.
Well, that changes my whole answer.
Right.
All right.
Well, you're pretty right because Brisbane.
No, I don't rate Brisbane's spine.
What, Walsh, Ezra, Reynolds, and Hunt?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was outstanding.
No, I don't rate it. I don't.
Okay.
I don't get me wrong. I rate Walsh. Reynolds is too injury.
If he's on the park.
If he's again.
Yeah, okay,
Ezra Mann, yes, is good. And I will throw in. And I don't rate their hooker. I don't think Hunt's a very good hooker. Okay, so that's just me. I think he's a very good fill-in for half and hooker. He fills in great, but he's not a game.
Walters is a good hooker when he comes back. He's done an ACL.
But Walters is a good bench player. Mate, I will go. I think the Storm are good. Obviously, Harry Grant,
Hughes, Munster.
Yeah, and the unknown. Well, not unknown. He was good. How do you say his name? Mate, you don't know, do you?
Alangalo.
So he'll be good. He'll be good.
Pakanakua.
Yeah, Pakanaka. So he was good. The Roosters, their spine's outstanding. Injuries will be the only concern.
Yeah, I think the Roosters with Tedesco, DC, Sam Walker, and Reece Robinson's a very good, very good
mate,
spine.
Yeah, mate, I tell you, the Tigers. It'll be interesting on their spine goes because it's not a bad looking spine if they can go forward. I'll be interested.
I know this is got to have a little bit of humour in it, but that's just bullshit.
I don't mind their spine compared to others. I think that the worst spine in the comp for me, and I hate to say worst, all that is Manly.
Yeah,
I really don't rate that team this year. I hate
Tommy will be on the park for 8 out of the 27 weeks.
Yeah.
The guy they got from
Canberra, Fogarty. I was concerned that the game in the finals last year was the game that concerned me the most, and I think even Manly would have looked at it and went, "Oh shit!"
And who's the hooker?
For them at the moment, it'll be Jake Simpkin, and I like Jake. Jake's a very good football player. I just think So that's where I'm at. I agree.
Well,
with
I'm saying to you that they'll come last.
The Roosters, for me, have the best spine.
Okay. Well, I agree with you, unfortunately.
All right, best. Have we got best forward pack?
Forward pack, yep.
Mate, I've gone. There's only one team in there. Best pack.
You're going to say the Dolphins?
No.
Warriors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Warriors pack.
Only problem with them
is no problem.
Mitch Barnett is not back until middle of the year.
Are you sure?
Did an ACL at
I know
Origin.
Did he an ACL? I just watched footage of him running doing hill sprints.
I read it yesterday.
Okay.
I'll tell you, South don't have a bad pack either.
No, they don't. Their two front rowers concern me.
Yeah.
I don't think they're like they've got Kalo Matangi, and I count him as a in the second row.
Yep.
I know he can play in the front. I just don't think they're as locked in.
Tallis Duncan.
He's out. Yeah, again, brilliant player.
Fafita.
Yep.
Cam Murray.
Yep.
Brandon Smith.
He'll be their hooker.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got 80 in him.
Oh, he certainly doesn't.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he doesn't.
When you're talking about that pack, that's what concerned me. I think that they're good.
How did you go past the Canberra pack?
I think that I looked at, I don't know, I just looked at just a few different factors. They were very good last year. They beat the piss out of everyone they came against. They got some very good players. I don't know. The Warriors just jumps out as being, for me, the only concern for me was Wade Egan had a few bad games last year.
Yep.
And he's a year older.
Yep.
So
I like the Panthers pack.
Can't go past them.
Moses and Mitch Kenny and Lindsay Smith.
But that's the same with the spine.
Papa Lee and
their spine's very good.
Yeah, the only reason why I didn't put them in is because the 5'8's a turnstile.
Yeah, but Blaze,
he'll
get better. But and their Mitch Kenny kind of has been very good. I don't know about Mitch. He's not I wouldn't say he's in the top 4 hookers, but I think he's very good.
He's very capable.
Very capable. So I think
Mitch Kenny won them, opened it up for him during the grand final.
So then I'd
Cleary to get the one that the Panthers won against Brisbane, not last year, the year before.
So it was him.
He opened them up.
Yeah. Well, then I would say that best spine, you can't go past them.
And then you've got Dolphins is pretty damn good as well. Like they got Flegler and Tom Gilbert and Donahue and Jeremy Marshall King when he comes back. He's been injured a lot recently.
He's older, mate, and he plays at a very high level. Like
Saifidi's in that pack, and then their depth of their forwards is the best in the competition.
Well, that's what getting injured. The injuries they had could be a benefit because they had to blood some players.
Well, Donahue got blooded.
So it works. Right?
They had a lot of old heads in there too to take that.
Yeah, that
sort of stuff. So, and you look at Brisbane, Corey Jensen, Hunt, Payne Haas.
They're good.
Jordan Ricky and Pat Carrigan, they're
absolutely outstanding.
They're going to be near impossible to beat Brisbane if they turn up.
If they turn up, yeah.
The issue for me is I just don't see that Reece Walsh is going to be able to put it together like that for 2 seasons in a row. Mate, he was shocking for.
I don't think he was shocking.
25 weeks, he was a mistake machine.
He was not. He would make errors as a player that has a go, and he was not. He was. Yeah, okay. He had some bad games. Everyone's going to have bad games.
Especially when you play on the edge. I get that, but he had a lot of games in a row where he was very, very poor.
Fitness came into it, mate, and when other teams got tired, he was just
No,
scintillating.
I personally think it was pure will. I honestly believe that he just got pissed off at Canberra and it lit a fuse underneath him and he just went, I'm going to show everyone. And he just kept...
fair call.
He just, some of that, like he is obviously a natural athlete, right? He's obviously... Yes, exactly. You've seen the promo videos.
He is
natural athletes over here.
He is an outstanding footy player.
I know he does the work because you can tell by his physique and he does the work, but he lives on a very fine line of it's either rocks or diamonds, and sometimes that just doesn't work. So
no, fair call.
Tom Flegler's back after 2 years of being injured.
Hats off to him, mate.
What a... I tell you what,
it was a shoulder injury, wasn't it?
Yeah, nerve damage and all that sort of stuff. I tell you, the credit's got to go to the Dolphins. Most teams would have just gone, "Oh, mate, this is you're done." He didn't play at all. Most of 2 years basically. And they've stuck with him. Like he was injured out of Brisbane.
Yeah.
Played a handful of games and then was cooked. And they've managed that injury for 2 years to get him back on the paddock. That's outstanding.
I hope he goes well, mate. I'd hate to see him just do it again. I'd hate that. But good luck to him, mate. I love that resilience.
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, good on him.
He seems like a nice fella.
Oh, mate, and a very, very good football player.
Agreed. Now, you want to talk about Buzz Rothfield, Jace?
Okay, so the story goes that Buzz Rothfield spent 5 minutes with you and then realised he had to retire.
Spent 40 years at the Daily Telegraph, spent 5 minutes with me and retired instantly.
We ran into him at Kirribilli Markets 2 weeks ago. At a sponsor event for the Balloon Bar by Emily. And I saw him and I called out to him and said, "Buzz." And he looked at me like, "Who are you?" And then he came over and I said, "Mate, just love what you do with Fox. Love your articles, mate. Just wanted to say g'day." And had a chat to him then for 20 minutes. Lovely guy. And then he left. His daughter was at the same market selling some stuff. So him and his wife were supporting. A really, really nice guy. And regardless of what you think of him, he really is a nice guy. He gives people his time. And I think
he's certainly really not the man you see on TV.
That's exactly right.
I wouldn't say he's playing a character. I would say that he has strong opinions and stands very much by them. But when you're speaking to him generally, he's quite happy just to he just sort of brushes it off.
Yeah, and just a really, really nice guy.
As long as you're not rude, I think he just I see what you're saying, blah blah. He's not doesn't look for a fight or anything like that.
Definitely not. So we spoke to him. Well, I spoke to him. Sorry,
first,
and then I was standing there with you about an hour later, and he actually had done a circle and came back, and I went, "Hey, Buzz, how you going?" And he said, "Oh, good." And again, and he then spoke to you for 5 minutes, and you talked about the Sharks, and he went, yeah, that's great.
He's got a shark tattoo on his leg.
And then he tried to walk away, and you grabbed him and said, "I'm not done." And you kept talking, and then he finally.
I don't think he liked my hand on his bum.
And he did not like being manhandled. And then he kind of just like drifted away, and he left.
Yeah.
The next day,
he retired.
In the Daily Telegraph. Buzz Rothfield retires.
I've had enough.
You literally broke a journalist who had spent 40 years in the game.
He spent 5 minutes.
5 minutes. That's all it took.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't know how you deal with it.
Well, since we've met.
Yes. All right, go through the hit list. Go.
I've had cancer twice.
Yep. My fault.
I was unable to be promoted.
Yes.
I then had a complete breakdown at work.
Yep.
My wife had a cancer scare.
Yep.
My daughter's just had surgery, serious facial surgery.
That's a stretch, but anyway, yep.
I think that covers a fair bit.
You've done...
Oh, this shocking injury to
injury
to my foot.
Yep.
There would be other stuff in there, but I'm just saying that's ever since I met you.
That's a pattern.
And then now a respected journalist
of 40 years
spends 5 minutes with you and just pulls a pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
The common denominator is
You.
Yeah.
Oh, and my wife had a breakdown.
Oh, yeah.
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 There you go. Thanks, mate. And here we are. All right. Next.
And you're still hanging out.
I know. Shows you the colour of my friends. All right. Proposed rule changes for 2026.
You know about this, Jason?
We've spoken about this already.
No, we haven't.
We spoke about it last week.
No, we didn't. We just talked about the kickoff rule.
All right.
So the kickoff rule's been dumped.
Oh.
They're not doing it.
Oh.
All right. So
like
they've decided that it will remain this year, but they're going to have another look at it next year. The match day squads will be expanded from 19 players with 18 interchange, with 8 interchange staying the same.
Yep.
But it gives the teams more flexibility with injuries and HIAs, etc., etc.
Yep. Like it.
7 tackle sets are getting. So if a player knocks on in the in goal while trying to score, it's no longer a 7 tackle set.
Oh.
See, we didn't do this last year. So the rule used to be that if you knock on the in goal, it goes back to the 20 and it's
7 tackles.
Yep. And it's only the kick over the dead ball line that will give you a 7 tackle set.
Okay.
All right. The 6 again rules change. So, and it used to be that if you did an infringement inside a team's 40, it was a penalty. They've now reduced that to defending in the team's in its own 20.
I like that.
And then you get 6 again. So it doesn't stop the game. It keeps it.
I like that.
Keeps it going. And the trainer rules have
I love the trainer
changed.
rules.
So the trainers will be restricted from entering the field of play to prescribe or clearly identified circumstances.
Yeah, good.
So you basically got to be injured.
Good.
And
that's a good rule, mate. That's been far too long where they're basically telling players where to stand in defence and what to do in attack. Like,
there's trainers out there that stand behind the attacking line and tell blokes where to run. That's just...
Yeah, it gets a bit much.
Like it's now... So it's not... They're not allowed... There's only one trainer to be allowed on the field. And that is for injury only. So if a player's behind to play the ball and... I'm sure the coaches are going to... pretend you're injured behind the ruck and we'll get messages out to you or something like that. Yeah. But, they're trying really hard, the NRL, to keep this game moving.
I think it's good. I like how they always are looking at things as well. And I know that some people go, oh, change. But I think it's good to try. And if it doesn't work, move. But you can always go back. But you've got to try. Yeah, I think you have to try. The game has to evolve and people will... It has to be a better spectacle for people to watch it, for the game to grow. If you don't like what you're seeing, people stop watching it. And I told you, I think the NFL has a problem with the spectacle of their games at the moment.
I do agree that they're becoming very defensive. That Pats game was terrible.
It was awful. But there have been more bad games than good games, and I think it's concerning.
Which is released news today, this isn't part of the run sheet, only happened as I was driving in here. The NRL have given New Zealand state of origin.
Yeah, I saw that.
They paid $5 million for it.
Good.
We're an international game now. I don't have a problem with it.
And I think what the Wars have done for New Zealand, they deserve it.
Agreed. And it's giving it to Perth or giving it to Adelaide or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd prefer it go to New Zealand than go to Adelaide or Perth.
I agree. I think they've got a team and they strongly support that team, and I think it's.
And I think they'll have a ball over there watching that. I'd
go over there. When is it?
I don't know. I didn't get.
We should go and we'll take some fans with us. Do it as a promotion.
Okay.
Dave, can start working on that.
You can pay for that, mate.
Oh, come on.
Vegas schedule.
Haven't seen it.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. The first game is the English Super League game.
Yep.
Hull KR versus the Lead Roanoke. So that's the former Eels coach Brad Arthur's team.
When I was in Vegas for the game last year, I was actually really shocked by how many English fans attended.
They really supported it.
Yes, and then left as soon as the game was finished.
Yeah, that's weird. You'd think he'd say, I want to see the NRL games.
Yeah, no, they all left, and they were so passionate. They were everywhere, and so I love that they got the.
Oh, this is
English
your mate, being a freak as usual.
He's a good bloke.
Peter V'landys. He's just I find and I'm gonna say that last year's the female game.
That was bad.
It was very bad.
Terrible.
They would have copped some criticism.
You can't have a team
that.
losing 100-0. That is horrific.
Yeah, and the Australian women's rugby league over the women's rugby league in England is chalk and cheese.
Yeah, I will say that my mate Shane Robson, fan of the show, loved it because his multi, I think, got up and paid for about $5 or $10. He won like $5,000.
Oh, good on
Because he had like basically every Australian player to score 3 tries each, and basically that's exactly what happened. He was like, I don't even know how he picked it.
He's a savant.
He picked it.
Newcastle playing North Queensland at 1:15 Australian time, and then you've got the Dogs playing St George at 3:30 Australian Eastern. So I'm not overly happy with those games. You know my thoughts on that. I think that the top 4 should get to choose, or if they don't want to go, we can't share it around.
Shares it around, mate.
That's garbage.
People will go. It's not garbage. The Dogs fans will go. Dragons have a huge.
Yeah, but the games are garbage.
You don't know that until they play.
Telling you they're dog shit.
Oh, you're dog shit. Now, I will say too, some inside news. Matt Lodge will be travelling. His visa's going.
Trump
signed it.
Said, mate.
They had a beer and sorted out a few things, and he'll be travelling with the team.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Well done. I didn't hear that.
I got the inside info.
Well, I'm very happy for him.
That's how we are, mate.
Fan of the show. We campaigned.
We do need him to like us on Instagram. So, Lodgy, big fan, please.
Please. Don't get desperate, mate. We'll be fine. Jack Bird got released from the Tigers.
Yeah, going to England.
Going to Leeds, I think.
It's he got married in the off season to one of the most attractive women I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
I think she's an influencer of some description. I know she travels a lot, seems to, just by her Instagram. So I dare say travelling will be a big part of what he does in his retirement and this is a good way for him to finish. I thought he was good, mate.
Is there a payment?
Oh, it depends.
Do you think they would have had if he's
he wasn't on big money.
It's on $400,000.
Yeah, it's not big money in the scheme of a scale.
But he wouldn't have got $400,000 from the English Super League. They're broke.
But if they pay 200 and we
that's what I thought. That's what I'm asking. Was there
200? Yeah, maybe.
Was there a?
I think he's still got two years left in him at least. I think if he can not avoid injury, Jack's a very good football player. Was outstanding at Cronulla.
I was pissed when he went to.
I think
Brisbane.
he was sold a dream there, and it didn't work out. And obviously, never recaptured the form from there.
Do you think he underachieved for his talent?
Yes, I do. Unfortunately, but injuries played a part in that. But also think, I hate to say it, I think his weight got a bit out of control for what he needed to play at Brisbane. He just seemed to be a lot heavier.
Yeah.
I'm not fat shaming anyone, but he did seem to be playing a bit heavy.
We're not fat shaming anyone.
Please, I'm an athlete. No, and I'm not. But he then went back to St George. I thought he was very good at St George. I did. I think he was a very good player there. And I think the Tigers picked him up and he did the job that the Tigers wanted him to do. He filled in when he needed to.
Yeah. I thought he was good at the Dragons. He was great at Cronulla.
Oh, mate, he was outstanding at Cronulla.
I do think, he did put some weight on because they moved him out of the centres into the back row.
But that was the thing. They kind of had a position for him. I think he wanted to be a 5'8", but they had a good 5'8".
Yeah.
So it was like, well, where do I go now? Like, we'll put you at lock. We'll put you in the second row. But he was a world-class centre at Cronulla. Like
he was playing Origin.
Mate, he was so good.
Yeah.
I did notice, I think I saw something that his now wife said that he had some shocking injuries to the point where they never thought he was going to play footy, even I think before Cronulla.
Right.
And to show what he's done is outstanding. I wish him nothing but the best, mate. Good luck to him.
Yeah, and he got out of the Tigers, so it can't be a bad thing.
That's just spiteful.
Spiteful, man.
You are just horrible. All right, we've got the preseason comp starts this week. So people don't know what the preseason comp is. I will go over some stuff here because I did some research which will shock a few.
Well, so did I. Did we double up?
We've got the Witzer preseason challenge.
Correct.
100,000 for the winner. Now, it's not a knockout comp. What it is, each team plays someone twice.
Yep.
They've actually started off really well with the teams that are going to Vegas are playing this week
Yep.
So the Dogs are playing the Cowboys and the Dragons are playing the Knights.
Correct. And then they swap around the following week.
Yeah, so I think you can have as many so it's 16 matches over 3 weeks in the regional areas, also in the metro areas. There's double headers that are on, which is great. They're very similar to Supercoach rules in how they score the matches, right? So obviously, when you win, you get 12 points. When you lose, you get so when it's a draw, you get 6. You get nothing for a loss.
There's no extra time.
There's no extra time. 28 players per team are allowed, including the interchange, obviously. 5 points. If you score 5 tries or more, you get 1 point. You make 5 line breaks or more, you get a point. Kind of counterproductive because usually if you score a try, there's a line break that goes with it. So anyway, you get, if you make more than 10 offloads in a game, you get another point. Maximum points you can get is 15 for the points if you win the game, 9 points if you have a draw, and 3 if you lose. The team with the most points after the two games that they play will win $100,000.
Yep. Brisbane won it last year.
They did.
Yep.
So if you're tied on the same amount of points, tries and goals will be a tiebreaker. Brisbane won it last year with 80 points. So it shows you how the point system works. But it's just a different concept, I think. So it's good.
I think they're trying to put a bit of interest in the preseason.
I think it's great.
Starts this week. Like I've looked at the team list for these 4 teams: Dogs, North Queensland, St George Illawarra, and Newcastle. Yep. And I didn't recognise one name. No one's playing. No one's playing anyone.
Okay, so in the Dogs, you'll see Sam Hughes and Daniel Saluka for feeder. They're probably the two noted.
Sam Hughes is coming back from injury.
They're the only first graders, right, that have been in the team.
Yep.
There is one player of interest I want you to keep a lookout for, which is Gordon Kamkam Tong. He has been around for a few years now. He's a hooker, more of a heavier set hooker.
And who's he playing for?
He's playing for the Dogs.
Right.
I think you should watch him because if the Bailey Hayward doesn't work out, experiment at hooker, which I have my doubts on based on last year, but a whole off season can change everything. He is a very good player. He spent some time in Manly, obviously. Did get some first grade time, in and out, injuries, obviously, but I rate him. I think he's a good buy for the Dogs.
Okay.
In the Cowboys, the names you will recognise, obviously they've got Robert Darby and Jackson Paulo on the wings. Zach Laybutt is in the centres. Jackson Purdue and Jay Clifford are the halves. I have interest in this because my personal opinion is Jackson Purdue is a world-class centre. He's not a good 5'8".
He's the guy they were talking about putting back at fullback.
So we'll see where this goes. They've got their forward pack is almost a first grade forward pack with Harrison Edwards, Tom McCarley, Helen Luke, Kai O'Donnell, and Sam McIntyre. All these guys are, I'd say, in their top 17, top 20. So they're playing. So that's why they're $1.21.
So you'll be watching those games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's some good players in there.
I may or may not be.
Oh, God. Anyway. So the Dogs are $4.30. The Cows are $1.21, and that's why. The other game, obviously, the Dragons are $2.65. Their regular first graders will be Sloan at fullback, Tuipulotu on the wing, King Tongia at 6, and Josh Kerr from the Dolphins is starting in their front row.
Yeah, I did say that.
Very good player.
He is. I like Josh Kerr.
Gets that second phase going with the offloads, so I love that. The Knights are almost full strength. Almost.
Well, they're not playing Ponga.
They're not playing Ponga and they're not playing Brown.
They're not playing the $13 million man.
They're not playing him, but they've got Fletcher Hunt, Schiller, Marslew. They're not playing Bradman Best, obviously. Fletcher Hunt. Sharp's at 5'8", which he spent a lot of time last year. Sandon Smith will debut at 7.
Yeah, well, I think he is a 7.
Yeah, so they were talking about different positions for him.
When they signed him, they said he was a hooker.
They didn't agree with that. I tell you, the player to watch. So they've got Tyson Frizzell and Jacob Saifidi playing regulars, but they've got Trey Mooney at front row, and I want you. He's from Canberra, can play, and a big unit. So this might be the size that they need to actually get some go forward, which I think they're seriously
I
lacking.
don't know why they're playing Fazell because
I know.
he's an old man. You got to give him as much time away from the park.
I
as
was
possible.
really shocked by that. I don't
He
understand.
might play 10 minutes.
But you reckon they're trying to push him out?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why.
He's
they're
a quality
doing
footballer.
that. Yeah, very good.
But he's getting old.
That's what I mean. I agree with you. I saw him playing. I go, that doesn't make any sense.
So round 2, we'll just go through all the games.
They are the games.
No, for round 2, that's
round
round 1.
Round 2's next week. Hey, come on. Don't jump the gun.
I could have gone through the whole thing. I wrote them all down.
Why? It's not until next week, mate. We're week in, week out. What are you doing?
Roger that.
All right, next.
Well, that's it for that bit.
All right, that's
it's on to Jason's
rant
of the week.
Take the glasses off for this.
Jason is very angry.
So I've got to preface this with saying a few things, and I do want people's opinion on whether they think I'm right or wrong.
Okay, so you're wrong.
Pretty
End
much.
of conversation. Goodbye. Thanks for listening.
You should never meet your heroes or your idols or whatever, right?
Agreed.
Because you get disappointed. And that happened to myself and Dave and my daughter Brooke.
Well, in my defence, I didn't know who you were yelling at, so I didn't.
I was screaming their name, following him around like John McEnroe.
Crazy man.
So on Sunday, Dave and I came up here to sort out technical issues that we miserably failed to fix.
Miserably.
So we were here for 3 hours. The fight was on, the UFC fight, which I saw a little bit of, but we weren't drinking.
The fight was in here.
It was. We were sober as judges, and so after 3 hours of misery, we left. And I get down to the bottom of the stairs at the Bella Vista Hotel, and walking past me to go up the stairs was Ryan Pappenhausen.
Yes.
And he's.
So can I clarify one thing? Jason previously absolutely loved Ryan Pappenhausen.
What I say about Ryan, and I would never approach a current rugby player. I would not approach. There is not one I would say. Even Nathan Cleary, I wouldn't approach him. I'm not that guy. I kind of, there are certain people I like. I would like in the media
Ryan
and stuff.
Pappenhausen.
And Ryan Pappenhausen for me, it's more so the story of Ryan Pappenhausen, right? Unwanted at the Tigers, unwanted at Para, goes to Melbourne Storm, sits about 4th on their fullback depth chart. Hard work, resilience, moves up, plays first grade on the bench.
Got picked in New South Wales.
Gets picked in the
Gets
Origin.
hurt.
No, plays lights out, wins a Churchill, is built like he's not built for rugby league. Honestly, because he's so small, but he plays his guts out, plays hard, and I love watching it. I love the story of it. Has overcome some shocking injuries that would end many people. Right, so that's why I am very impartial to Ryan Pappenhausen. I think he's a great ambassador for rugby league because of this, and just generally someone who should show I am as resilient as anything. Look what I can achieve, right? I follow him on Instagram, and you know, he advertises whatever he does, and I follow that, and his podcast, everything, right? So, big fan. He walks past me.
Yes.
With his mate. So I turn around. I go, fuck.
And they did stop at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, and I go, I think that's Ryan Pappenhausen. To myself, I think that's Ryan Pappenhausen. So I turn around, and he's up the stairs by about 2 steps by now. I go, Ryan. And he goes up to about the 4th step. Okay, so I increased the volume because maybe I was whispering. And I go, Ryan. And then his mate, his lapdog, whatever you want to call him, turns around and just looks at me.
Glares at you.
Like
wasn't looking at you.
Like just, you know.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so I don't know. And I thought, oh, fuck it. I go, Ryan. Again, as he's up to the 6th step. Nothing. And just walks off. So I then leave. Now,
Jason's filthy.
The thing with me is to be dismissed as a person like you don't exist.
Yes.
I have an issue with that. I really do. Like, one, I am an avid fan of rugby league. I follow the game like I love it.
I believe you have a podcast about
I have a
rugby league.
podcast. I bet on the game. I have a membership to watch games at Parramatta with my daughter. We buy merchandise and we invest in rugby league, and that money goes to the players.
Correct.
Now, I'm not saying that I own them.
No.
But if you don't want to engage with people, don't take a paycheck from people. Okay? Now, that might be a bit harsh. People might disagree, go, no, they're entitled to their time, etc. Yeah, and I agree with that. But to turn around and just simply go, hey, and walk off, that's fine. I would have said, hey, okay, he does want to talk. But to dismiss someone like they aren't there and they don't exist, I have a massive issue with.
Yeah.
That is a prick of an act by a very low individual. And his mate with him, who has achieved nothing in his life other than to hang on to the coattails of his mate as if we're achieving this, I have a problem with.
Yeah.
Because to look at me like I'm a piece of shit when I'm standing there with my daughter, I wasn't drunk, I wasn't rude, and I was not obnoxious. I just call out his name to say, just to get his attention. And the only thing I was going to say to him if he did engage with me was, I've loved watching you play.
Congratulations.
Congrats and good luck.
Yeah.
In whatever
Well, that's what
do.
you said to me in the moment. You said, I was just going to say congratulations and good luck.
Yeah. Because I wanted that for him after what he's had to endure in rugby league and what he's achieved. And then I used to watch him on Instagram. I don't follow him now, obviously. And like he's advertising, golf and paddleball and pickleball and big smile on his face. Says, guys, come on down. And I'm thinking, you're a fraud.
Yeah, you're full of shit.
You are a fraud. Like, you don't even have the time and the decency to acknowledge the existence of someone who is standing there just saying your name. Like, don't pretend to be this.
Well, they all do that.
Yeah, I know they do.
You see them on the footy show and they're the funniest guys in the world and this, that and the other. I will tell my story. It's actually about Zach Lomax. He was not playing because he was on New South Wales duties last year.
Okay.
Manly was playing Parramatta at Combank, and I was in the on-field club.
Yep. Explain what the on-field club is.
The on-field club is basically a bar where the players run out. So they have a bar and a sort of like an eating area, and they serve food and drinks down. It's one of the greatest experience of rugby league you can actually have.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. The bloke doesn't like it. What am I supposed to do? Anyway. Players run out, and then behind them comes the reserves and team members and all those sort of people, and go up and sit in behind the bench, right? And Zach Lomax is there, right? So I've walked up the stairs. Again, I'm sober as a judge. You know that.
Yeah, you don't. Drink.
I don't drink much, so
except for this Monday, but
this Monday, the drunkest human being on the planet. And I've walked past Zach Lomax. I looked him straight in the eye and I said, "Good luck on Wednesday night, mate. I hope you play well." And he looked at me like I had 7 dicks growing out of my face. I've literally just said the nicest thing you could ever say. And I was continuing. I wasn't going to stop and talk to him. I was continuing. I just looked over and he was there and I said, "Mate, good luck on Wednesday night." And he looked at me straight in the eye like, "Who the fuck do you think you are talking to me?" And I went, "Oh, okay." Because I never approach anyone. See an ex-NRL player every fucking morning at the gym.
Yeah.
And I've never said a word to him. I was in the sauna next to him the other day, and I never said a word to him.
Next to this ex-NRL player?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was in next to him, and the other day he was getting changed, and he's entitled to put his pants on without...
Well, you don't talk to him. You shouldn't have talked to him then.
Can you sign this? And he goes, "I haven't got a microscope."
And
you know what I mean? But
I do. And I've, as I said, I approached... The only other person I've kind of approached to say something to in rugby league was Yvonne Sampson.
Yes. Well, look at Buzz the other day.
Yes.
Couldn't be
nicer.
And I'll tell you, he's a bigger name than Brian Pappenhausen.
Mate, Yvonne Sampson's a far bigger name than all of them, mate, and is the nicest human being you could ever meet. And just a wonderful person. And spoke to my wife and I for half an hour and then helped us out with something a bit later in Vegas. Mate, she's wonderful, and I'll fight anyone in the street that says otherwise because she's just such a nice person. Why? And I'm not saying you need to go above and beyond. I'm just saying...
Say hello. G'day, mate.
The minimum, mate.
I know.
The minimum is, hey, or just turn around, hey, and then keep walking. I'm not asking you to sign anything. I don't want a photo.
You're not chasing John McEnroe around the airport saying, "Can I have a selfie?" I just wanted to be
acknowledged that I was breathing. Yeah. And to have someone act like that, it just is... I have an issue with it, obviously, from a personal point where you treat someone like they're worthless. And having gone through a bit of that through the end of my career and having that feeling, it's horrible. And then to have someone look at you, which was his piece of shit mate, who I just wanted to put my fist through his face.
Yeah.
Like, who are you?
Yeah.
It's like, mate, I've done more in my life than you could ever dream about other than hanging onto the coattails and sucking his cock like the guy you're walking next to. Bit harsh. Do apologise. Apologise for my language on that. I'm just very angry. And I'm really hurt that someone would actually treat someone like that. Especially when I'm standing there with
Well,
Nick.
I'm still bit. You know, it's nearly 9 months since that happened with Lomax.
And I'm standing there
and I'm still pissed off because all he had to do was say thank you.
And I'm standing there next to my daughter. And it's embarrassing for me, and it's obviously...
And next to me and going, what the fuck with this bloke? He's yelling out to Ryan Pappenhausen, does all the bar review.
And I didn't say anything other than his name 3 times.
Yeah,
that was it.
It did get stalky.
I did.
When you got your dick out, I was worried then.
When I asked him for his ATM card, look, it was a bit weird. No, it is that. And I'm really interested in what people think because when I made that comment about, like, I invest in the game, they're happy to take a paycheck. Like, if talking to a fan is really beneath you, don't take our money and go and do another job. Do something
think about
else.
it. This is his local area, right?
Yeah,
he's in town because he's caddying for there's a pro-am on at the
I didn't even know.
Castle Hill Country Club. Oh, they were all talking about it up at the gym.
Oh, that's right. The guy
which is not
no.
code for bar people.
Yeah. No, it was the gym. The Gime, as you call it.
The Gime. So, yeah, I was talking to a few boys, and they were talking today saying that, he's up there for the pro-am and he's caddying for some professional golfer, et cetera, right? So, and that's all well and good. But if you're in your hometown, wouldn't you be a little bit more respectful to the people that... Because he lives in Melbourne, right? So
I know he was up in... I saw him running up. He was up... Obviously, his parents are local, so he's obviously staying with them, or I assume. I'm guessing. But, yeah, whether where you live or what, like, you've taken a very good paycheck from rugby league.
Yeah.
Now, without fans, you may as well go play the Shoot Shield and before 500 people a week and earn...
I think he would have done well at R360 because no one's going to be watching that shit either.
You'd make, $10,000 a year and you'd have a second job, like...
Well, R360 would have made millions, but no one would want to talk to him.
That's right.
The thing about being any job, right, whether it's a rugby league player, boss of an electrical company, police or whatever, unfortunately, when you're out the door, you're yesterday's newspaper. Everybody forgets who you are.
Yeah.
So when his career's over... Like he might have a podcast that is reasonably successful for a certain period of time.
Until the next generation of players come through and have enough podcasts.
And then he becomes yesterday's newspaper.
He's irrelevant. And that's the thing. I think they forget that. And I was shocked. I really was, mate. It knocked me off my socks because I was like, fucking hell, this bloke portrays himself to be... Mr. Nice Guy.
All do that. And when I saw Lomax on the footy show with Matty Johns or whatever it was, and they were doing a State of Origin thing, and he was a funny dude, right? And he looked like a knockabout guy and all that sort of stuff. And then you go, and it's funny how you get bitter over it, right? Because you just go, fuck him.
Yeah.
Like, the reality is, you're not a fucking heart surgeon. You're not saving people's lives. You're catching a stupid ball.
Yeah, well, I couldn't do that.
You caught one of them. Don't be too hard on yourself.
And you're but lucky because we saw him with his girlfriend at the Hunter Valley dinner. Yep. And Emily, my lovely wife, was cut surprisingly drunk.
I don't believe that.
And she wanted to go and talk to him about the podcast. So lucky she didn't. I had to say, don't do it. You're smashed. Don't do it. Because I'd end up having to punch him for being rude to her.
See, I think the
circumstances
of this was he was walking through a threshold of a pub, right? Yeah. There was no one around.
None.
He could have just turned around and said, there was no reason. Like, if he's having dinner with his missus or he's got kids or he's with his family, he's at the gym.
If he was...
Anywhere. But if you're just walking past a bloke, like, he can say good day.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, mate, I've met bigger names than Paul Callan. Mate,
mate.
Unreal.
Nicest fella around.
Just nice guys, right? And that's the same with Lomax. I was just walking. I didn't expect anything. Or even a nod would have been enough. You just, like, I think they get... to the point where they've got so many people approaching them, right, and saying hello to them that they go, "Oh, I'm fucking sick and people don't leave me alone," and blah, blah, blah.
Go and dig trenches then.
Well, then, yeah,
I'm
come
sorry.
come and spend a week with my blokes.
Yeah, go and dig trenches. Go and work in the real world so you actually know how hard life can be, and then complain.
Yeah.
But don't complain for someone's coming up to you to say how great you are, or complain because someone wants to talk about the job you get to do every day that they would kill to do. And don't complain. Just in general, be
Mate,
a
I would have killed
decent
to
person.
be a professional rugby
Oh,
league
wouldn't
player.
we all?
I would have.
Wouldn't we all? But just be a decent human being.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure your parents raised you better than that. And honestly, he should be embarrassed.
But that's why a lot of them have issues after football.
Because they're fuckwits.
Because they, you know, 1 week they've got, 20,000 fans screaming and, encouraging them. And then the next week they're yesterday's newspaper.
Yeah, but being nice is free.
Yeah.
Right? If you treat enough people like garbage, at some point you may need one of those people for whatever. And they're going to remember that like you remember Lomax.
Did I tell you what Stoney did for Mo?
No.
So, Ray Stone went to school with Mo Lester, right?
Yeah. I feel sorry for Ray.
Right, and they were fairly good mates at school.
Yep.
But Josh isn't one of those blokes that would chase the skirt tails, right? Like,
No, nor should he.
Stay in contact with him because he's got a life, football, and he's up, he's got misses and a couple of kids and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so Ray's got last year's training jerseys and all that sort of stuff. He started sending them to his old schoolmates. Like he can't do any better than that,
Mate,
right?
I told you, like, what Matt Lodge does is to put out a post to see if anyone wants some wrestling training in the area and to do it off his own bat.
Yeah.
Like, and he cops so much crap because of something he did 11 years ago.
Yep.
Right? Yet Pappenhausen will act all, I'm such a people person, and act like that.
Well, I'll tell you don't like Madison from Ryan Madison.
No, I do not like Ryan Madison. I know.
But he was the nicest bloke. He sat with us for 20 minutes and spoke to us.
I hated Mick Ennis with a passion as a player.
Yeah.
The nicest guy he could be.
I know. That's right. And with Ray, I met Ray in the on-field club when he was playing for Parramatta.
Yeah.
And he was injured. And he spent 15 minutes talking to me. I'm Mo Lester's dad and all this sort of stuff. And he sat there, I went to, it was awesome going. And I told him about how I'd probably watched every second of every game that he's played since he's been in grade and all that sort of stuff and all sorts of shit.
Anytime try score.
And he was lovely, but a bit shy. He was a bit shy, right?
And that's the thing, mate. I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I didn't think your approach on the weekend was inappropriate at all,
mate. As you said, I'd never be rude or disrespectful if people are
only
eating.
to me.
Only to you. If people are eating, as you said, if they're with a family or a missus, or if they're just even a deep conversation with a mate.
But what are you expecting from people? Are you expecting, how you going, Ryan? Hey, mate, that's it.
That's it.
That's all but he couldn't be bothered to give you that.
It couldn't be bothered to turn around.
I know. Well, he was too good. He was levitating up the stairs at the time. Right, and he was too busy levitating because he's such a unit.
His mate was just standing behind, just
licking his ass crack.
Mate, honestly, I wanted to punch him in the face when he looked at me like that. I was like,
I did see the way he looked at you.
And
went,
fucking holy shit,
mate, what have you done?
Nothing. He's done nothing.
He's probably a jip rocker. Not there's anything wrong with jip rockers.
He's about 4 foot tall. I'm thinking, mate, when you achieve anything in your life, then
please come and see me.
But don't look at me because your mate used to play first grade rugby league like I don't exist. And that was the thing. So that's the rant, people. I would like if you think I'm right or wrong, or maybe if you're going to comment and say that he probably knew who I was and that's why he didn't respond.
This is the lowest human being I've ever met in my life.
We've seen photos of you up somewhere. We're not... So
you've been stalking my girlfriend on Instagram, you weird prick.
So that's where that sits.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Well, we've got our good friend the Ox all the way over from Philly. Firstly, welcome, Ox. Secondly, what do you think about Philly's offensive coordinator? What's the talk on the streets of Philly?
Good evening, guys. What's going on? So, Philly's offensive coordinator, former quarterback. The talk's probably not great because it's not like a really proven thing. All the other offensive coordinators that like Philly actually did try and go for, like the big names we didn't get, probably partially goes down to, I don't know if everyone's heard, but our old offensive coordinator, like during the season, his house would get egged and he was just getting like mocked on the street and stuff like that. So I know,
Hostile
probably not a
working
great
environment.
job to have.
It's just a hostile working
Yeah.
environment. But in fairness, though, and I'm not condoning egging and harassment, he just wasn't good. So no one else, like I haven't heard of any other offensive coordinators being targeted like that. You know, when the defense wasn't that great a few years ago, they weren't targeting the defensive coordinator. Unfortunately for Kevin Patullo, he just didn't have a good year. He just wasn't. Yeah, he didn't get the best out of the team, unfortunately for him. So, you know, I get that they went with an unproven guy from Green Bay. It's the quarterback's coach. Do you think that has anything to do with the fact that they believe Jalen Hurts also needs a bit of help from somebody in that world?
Yeah, I think it would be coming down to that, to be honest. I could see some big moves happening. There's a lot of rumors swirling around AJ Brown about having a year off if he can't get a trade.
Oh,
I can't see
huge.
him at the Eagles next year. I cannot see the way he carried on.
Yeah. I don't think he's at the Eagles. I think there was rumors coming out. He wants to take a medical year off if he can't get a trade.
I don't know if they'll trade him, mate. In listening to Howie, what he was saying, Howie Roseman, he said it's very hard to get a player of his caliber. So to trade him away, they'd have to be given something. And I don't think he's worth anything more than a fourth rounder at the moment. I don't think he wasn't great, mate. And you know, I bag out Hurts because I didn't believe he had a very good year. I don't think he's a pocket quarterback. I don't think he's a very good quarterback, to be honest. But AJ was the one dropping the passes when they mattered the most. So I don't see him getting much trade value. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, exactly. I must agree. Like, I don't think Hurts is a great quarterback either, but that last game, I think AJ Brown dropped like 3 passes.
Yeah, he did.
Even Devontae Smith had a pretty clinical drop pass. I think it was like 4th down or 3rd down.
Yeah.
And dropped it. And those should have been caught every day of the week. I don't think he's the greatest. Like, Devontae Smith's going to be more than capable.
Yeah.
As is. So I'm not too worried. Be good if we can get like a Myles Garrett for him.
Mate, that would be amazing. And there's always talk about drafts, and trades and swaps and stuff coming into particularly around the draft. I mean, that's when they got AJ Brown. So, mate, watch this space, I guess. But yeah, it'll be interesting what happens there, mate. I think they've still got a very good team, but yeah, I think if they don't improve with the roster they have, Sirianni will be gone by week 6 if they start poorly and don't show much in offense. I think he'll be gone. And I think he should be gone now. This is the second time he has failed with his coordinators in how he's gotten them to deliver. So, but again, that's my...
Can we not talk about your team?
We just did.
Oh, can we end that and go on to the Super Bowl, please?
Do you not like hearing about teams that are on the up?
We're on the up, baby.
You guys are definitely not on the up.
Okay, we'll see.
All right, so, Ox, what's your Super Bowl selection?
Who wins and why, mate?
So obviously a few weeks back, we're all on the Rams and stuff like that.
Yep.
However, leading into the finals, I actually jumped off the Rams. I feel like the Rams weren't like coming into it as hot, and Seahawks are just on fire. I think Seahawks are going to be blowing the Pats out. I think Pats scraped by because they got an easy finals run.
Yeah. I agree.
Easy,
Like,
not only
against
an
the
easy
Bills.
finals run, an easy run for the entire season.
Yeah, their draw was insanely easy, mate. I've never seen anything like it.
Exactly, and I'm pretty sure Pats' defense is carrying them because I don't know if you watched all
I
the
agree with
finals
that.
games.
I agree with that.
against the Bills, they definitely should have lost, but the Bills played just as bad.
Yep.
Against Texans, honestly, I don't even think CJ Stroud actually wanted to be there.
No, he definitely did not, mate.
Like,
he got him in a position numerous times to at least win that game and be competitive in that game, and he blew it every time with costly turnovers.
Yeah.
Just five or six
and I'm pretty
turnovers
sure,
total.
Yeah, May had that many, and like Texans has great defense. Like, don't get me wrong, but honestly, that should have went Texans' way every day of the week. And then I think Pat's got lucky. Bo Nix went out, even though.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah, massive, mate.
Well, I'll say that we didn't speak to you leading up to the playoffs, but Jason and I both jumped on the Seahawks about 4 weeks out from, as the playoffs started. I was all over the Seahawks.
I was hesitant just with Sam Darnold's record when the pressure's on him, and I mean that both. The pressure the pressure of expectation in big games, but also when teams blitz and go after him. He's known for turnovers and has had some very poor games, but he has been exceptionally good in the playoff games, and I think last week was a real moment for him. He delivered.
I will say that I think the Seahawks got lucky with the bloke not doing it. That bloke that dropped the catch.
Yeah, but turnovers
from the punt.
Turnovers happen.
I think they got lucky with that, and it was close. They were closer than what I thought they'd get.
Oh, I thought they would get close. I did.
The Seahawks defense is outstanding.
Yeah, but so is the Rams offense. Like, they've got stacked players, wall to wall. So I expected it to be close, and
I don't expect this game to be close.
I think absolutely agree with you.
Got a score prediction.
Yeah, the only thing that will keep them in is defense.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Also, Seahawks kept Rams in it by their defensive player giving away a taunting penalty on a fourth down.
That was crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
That's crazy.
He basically won them the game. Yeah. And then carried on like a pork chop, gave 15 yards from the spot.
Mate, it was so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
So bad. Score prediction, Ox?
I do think Seahawks should blow them out.
Yeah, I'm thinking 13 plus.
Yeah. I definitely I think Seahawks will cover the line, and the line's 4.5.
At all? Jesus.
Is that all?
I'll get on that.
Yeah. Is that even money?
I think it's like $1.90. It's never even money for line.
I'll take that. MVP? And obviously the quarterback.
You can't go past the quarterbacks. However, I don't know that
Walker,
that Jackson Smith, Najigba.
Oh yeah, him too.
I got
Walker.
Are just freakish.
I'm with you on that. And from a value point, he's $9. I'll have a go at him, but obviously if he has a big game, it's because Darnold's throwing him the ball. But he makes catches that are quite freaky. So I'm going with that angle, and I think he'll get a couple of touchdowns. So I'll probably go with Jackson. I think Walker's $6.50, which isn't bad value because he's a threat from anywhere. And the other running back's still injured, I think, Chamalay, so he won't be playing. So it's going to be all on Walker. So I don't mind that. But Darnold's only like $2.50. I just don't see the value in that. I know some people
won't be doing that either.
Some people love those short price things. Your son will be all over it, no doubt. But
it's not $1.05.
No, true. It's probably a bit too long for him. Such a worm.
Actually, there was one special that I thought was ridiculously good. If anyone's got Ladbrokes, they're offering Sam Darnold to win MVP and to have 2 passing touchdowns, and I was paying $5. But there is a bet limit on it.
I'll be like 25.
So I looked at it.
I have Ladbrokes.
Yeah, I looked at it tonight. I think it was 25.
Yeah, usually they put a $25 limit on it, which, that's still good. That's good money.
I mean,
but I'm thinking, Pats. I feel like Pats might stop the run game pretty decent against Walker.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I'd be thinking the Jigba is definitely going to most likely get a touchdown, as well as Pat's secondary against the Broncos wasn't that great. Broncos got that early touchdown. And that was a pretty big pass and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I always find with the Super Bowls that the wide receiver ones don't really score a lot of points in that, and that's why I've gone for Rashid. What's his name?
Rashid Shaheed.
Oh,
For an anytime
Pats.
touchdown.
Yeah. Oh, is he Pats? Rashid? Yeah, he is.
Oh, no.
He's the guy that scored off the
Seahawks.
kickoff last week. Against the San Francisco 49ers. He scored the opening kickoff and went the distance.
Yeah, but he also had the first pass from the Seahawks for the really long gain in the first quarter. So I always find that the wide receiver 2s and 3s seem to do a lot more work in the Super Bowl because the other blokes are just double teamed all day.
Yeah, they are. And we have, I think it wasn't last year where everyone scored. The year before, it was kind of the unknown receivers were the ones scoring because they were marched up. Look, I don't mind AJ Barner to score anytime. He's a big tight end, and I think that goes the same with Hunter Henry. I think they could be some smokies in the back of the end zone. I'll probably have a piece of that with Jackson Najigba rolled into that. I still think he'll score. He's outstanding. I
think Mo Lester's got about 1,000 bets that are reliant on the Seahawks to win head-to-head.
So we now have to say the Pats will win.
We have to.
He could kill Winks.
Yeah, he could. So my multi for the NFL is Seahawks head-to-head, Walker anytime, Rashid Shaheed, whatever his name is, any time at $8. I like that a lot.
I like it.
And for my little stupid bets, the national anthem will be overs and it'll be blue or purple Gatorade. That's my stupid bets.
See, I actually do have my props as well.
Righto, go for it, mate.
And, every other year I've actually got it. This year's the hardest one because Americans are probably one of the most superstitious people in the world. So I had the Eagles because you can go off previous, and same with Chiefs. However, previous Seahawks has orange and Pats have blue and another colour. That's why blue's favourite, but I'm going orange because I think potentially Seahawks is going to go that. That's 325. National anthem, I went over.
Overs,
and then MVP.
Overs is $1.57 on Sportsbet.
Is it? Ladbrokes over 122.5 is $1.80.
No, they've dropped it to $1.19.5. Seconds. 119.5 seconds. So they dropped it by 3.
Oh, have they?
It's big news.
Big news. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
They've also, mate, you can bet on the Aussie punter, whether he has a punt within the 10, the 5 yards, to have one return for a touchdown, to have a 60-yard punt, to record the longest punt in the history, to record a tackle. If he fumbles, mate, you can go to win Super Bowl MVP, $351. You can pick what Bad Bunny's halftime show songs.
Yeah, who is Bad Bunny? I never heard of him.
See, I normally do halftime show props. However, I've never heard of him. If there's, I haven't actually checked it. If there's one about him mentioning ICE.
Yeah.
So ICE is like
he's all wokey woke.
Like immigration thing.
Yeah.
I feel he's most likely going to mention ICE because I believe he's like Mexican or that Spanish descent or something like that.
Jesus.
But another sure thing, in my opinion, the MVP will mention God first.
Oh, always. Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
100%.
We'll that.
Can't. Yeah. Lock that in.
Yeah. Add that one to your special multis because I can guarantee the MVP will even. I think Drake may, after last week's game, mention God first. So
they're very God-fearing.
I will say about the Australian punter, this is how low the Australian media is. His old man's in trouble for tax evasion here up to
years ago. He got sentenced.
Did he? So it's old news.
He's on parole. That's what they're saying. He's on parole. And
they're bringing it up because I didn't even read the story because I just thought it was appalling. But this is how low they are. It's got nothing to do with the punter. He didn't know about his dad's tax fraud. He wasn't involved in it, and they bring it up in the newspaper because he's made the Super Bowl. What a load of shit. God, I hate the Australian media. Eat a dick. Yeah. Sorry, rant over.
Well, thankfully, we haven't even heard that. I didn't even know about that.
It's not even bothering.
Americans don't give a shit about our Australian tax department.
Why would they?
All right,
Yeah.
Ox. Anything else you want to go through?
No, that's pretty much about it. That's pretty much all the bets that I wrote. All I know is it's going to be a cracking game. And yeah, like I said, I think Seahawks are just going to be absolutely too good.
Mate,
It's going to be an NFC year.
it'll be Seahawks 34-10. You'll have Jackson, Najigba, Barner, and Henry at 21s. $21. All right, get on it, folks. I can only give you, only give it to you. I can't make you do it. All right, so get on.
Righto, you heard it here first. All right, thanks, Ox. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Ox.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that's it for Two Shit Blokes. Big thanks again to the Bella for having us. Thanks to our sponsor, the Bloom Bar by Emily. Remember, Valentine's Day fast approaching.
Do it now, guys.
Get
The
your orders
description's in the details are in the description. Get down there, get onto the Bloom Bar by Emily, and
Free delivery.
Order your in the Sydney Metro.
In the Sydney, in the Sydney Metro, and 10% off if you mention the podcast. Contact details will be in the show description. Make sure you follow us on Spotify and Instagram. And as we always say and have catchphrased, do better.
Do better, guys. See you later.